Shearer 6 under, Clayton 5 under, Anderson 4 under, Summers, Marsh, Stanley 3 under, a bogey for Trevor McDonald at the 9th, so he's 2 under, and Bob Shaw with this putt for a birdie.
Coming downhill. Nice putt, that one. Didn't waste any time about it. Now, here's a chance for Clayton to again join Shearer. And perhaps just as important, to climb another stroke further away from the people chasing him. This for 6 under. Don't worry about that. What is it, a leaf or something? Yes. Now let's watch closely as he goes about this one. This would really put his tail up if he pops this in. Now, there's an insect on the ball. Now don't hit it with your putter now.
That wouldn't be a good move at all, would it?
Well, this is Bob Shearer on the previous hole, and that's his birdie putt. A little bit short. We've noticed most putts from that angle come up short, but here's Clayton. Good solid stroke, that's it.
6 under Mike Clayton, and he's birdied the 3 par 5s on the front 9. And there are the boys from Apex manning that leaderboard beside the 18th green, obviously getting the information from our telecast and their efficient service as well. As we go back to the 7th green.
Norman and Summers have both holeable putts. This man could do with one too. 1 under par, and he's not out of it yet either. Well, there's not much of a backswing. Well, it got there all right. Very fast bit of green there. Just touched that, didn't he? Little short backswing and hardly a stroke at all, but it went all that distance. That's a 3.
In Stanley, second shot of the 8th. Yes, about the same distance away that Mike Clayton was. Possibly even just a touch closer. Beautiful shot.
Birdie putt for Vaughan Summers. Good stroke. Oh, it just died on the lip.
Jerry Anderson, his second shot. Obviously had a bit of a tight lie and hit his 2-iron for safety. Well placed.
Back to Bob Shearer, joint championship leader. Vaughan Summers tapped his in for a par to remain at 3 under and 3 from the lead. And an important putt here for Shearer. He took 5 at this hole yesterday, a double bogey.
He's left himself a worrying putt here now, and he would like the people beyond to just be still, perhaps stop moving as he lines this up. He's showing a little bit of edginess there, and suppose standing over the ball with his head down he'd be able to see them. Well, he's entitled to ask. It just shows you that the strain of it here, leading with a putt this long to stay in the lead. He got it.
And this was Lee Trevino's second shot. He's got the driver in hand. That's not his metal fairway wood. So he's really gambling to go at the green here. Come on, ball. Just couldn't quite climb that little ridge. That little hollow in front's got a sharp ridge. And there's where he's left it with a very simple little chip. So a wonderful chance of making birdie here for Trevino at 8. So Stanley had a super shot there too.
Gallery clearing the fairway, which means the final group will be able to tee off almost immediately. They're ready on the 8th tee. Shearer, Summers and Norman. And in the second to last group out, of course, it's Trevino, Anderson and Stanley. Ian Stanley, who won the Victorian PGA Championship in 1979, then called the Garden State PGA. But I'm sure he'd like to win a big title in his hometown, as no doubt Bob Shearer would. And so would our visitor from Canada, Jerry Anderson.
Yes, Jerry obviously had a rather tight lie there and just played a long iron out for safety. And whilst he's very safe in the fairway, he still has a very awkward shot to get it to the flag, because he's got to skirt the edge of those traps, and then the green slopes away towards his right, or to our left as we see it. So we're going to have to engineer a really fine shot to get it close to the flag to give him a good chance for 4 here. And he will need it, because these other fellows are making 4s. He's had all straight pars today. Played very safely. And Jerry Anderson, 3rd shot. Little breeze against him. Well, he elected to play it safe. Good thinking. Didn't want to take the risk.
And far back on the same hole. Tee shot for Greg Norman. Number 3 wood, because this is a dangerous tee shot here.
Go on, yeah, Greg.
That must pump him up, Peter, when he hears those people doing him on.
Actually is not what he wants. That's up the right-hand side. His second shot will have to be one bent around that corner.
And that is not his favourite shot, Peter.
True. Now, Vaughan Summers. Vaughan plays always without the glove. Hot day like this, though, it's a bit of a risk. This is his driver. Very searching, testing shot, this one, into the wind. Oh, going left. Perhaps he may be all right. Wasn't that bad either. That's about where he aimed it. Bob Shearer. Satisfied with that. Top quality play from this group.
And there's that little awkward chip shot that Trevino had, stuck halfway up that bank.
Oh dear.
That's Ian Stanley's ball there, just about 1.5 meters past the flag. Well, Trevino would be well disappointed with that. Obviously would have been thinking of putting that close and cold to the hole. Perhaps he caught it just a little bit fat, or just misjudged it. Hard to tell. But his short game has been pretty indifferent this championship, Peter, isn't it?
Yes. Failing, if he fails to get down to 2 from there, I should think that he'd have to say to himself, well, I'm not going to win.
But he's hit 2 absolutely super shots. We know that's only half the game, and this is the real nitty-gritty part. He's hit a lovely driver into the safe side on the left, and hit a beautiful driver off the fairway right to the very front edge. No, he hasn't really made a mess of it yet, but he's made it very hard for himself, because this is quite a tricky type of putt. And a swing away to his right. That's for birdie 4 for Trevino, and he certainly needs something to go right. He's dropped 3 shots to par today, is only 2 under for the championship. Hold up. Well, easy to criticise when someone's going bad, but very disappointing birdie try from Trevino there. Poor chip, poor putt.
Just a moment ago, our co-leader teeing off at the 9th. Now this is a dogleg to the right, and it heads west. So this is quite a difficult hole today. Oh, that's a good one. Just stop there, right there, yes. Right, good shot.
Now, Jerry Anderson, birdie putt, pretty much straight uphill. Fairly flat for the first part, and the last couple of metres will be lifting up reasonably sharply. Pars all the way today. Beautiful putt, not quite beautiful enough. Well, this is where it requires a tremendous amount of patience. When you're playing well and the putts are just shaving the hole and not going in, it's pretty easy to get a bit upset. But doubtless Anderson, he knows how to win. We've got some good events in Canada. And now Stan the man. Dropped a shot at the first today. Picked it up at the 6th. Just for birdie. To take him into 2nd position. This could take him 4 under. I suppose out of the 2 putts, most players like this type of putt that curves away to the left as against the one Trevino had curving right. Most players find it easy to stroke out and up through the line. There's a dead pace putt. Just how much bend to give it? Well, he elected to give it minimum curve and give it a good firm rap at the hole and still put a bit of pressure on himself. And there's that awkward one we were just talking about a moment ago. Almost the same distance past the left clipper. This for par for Ian Stanley. Well holed. Nice and firm.
Stanley remains at 3 under and 3 from the championship lead.
Now Trevino for par. Off that poor chip and putt. And a few times he's marked his ball and elected not to continue putting. Yes, disappointing after those 2 great shots. Trevino still 2 under for the championship.
4 behind joint championship leader Mike Clayton.
2nd shot at the 9th. Oh no, he kept the blade open there, fighting the hook. Ah, great shot. Oh my word, he's really showing us some unexpected skill here. Now 2nd shot too for Vaughan Summers on the 8th. Just measuring off to see if his club will hit that branch as he swings. Well, now this is a dangerous shot. If you've got your money on Vaughan Summers here, you better hold your breath.
Wonder if the bookmaker's watching.
Yes, they gave him some good applause. That's a good shot. Not a full shot, just a 3/4 hit and no trouble there. Now Bob Shearer up the right-hand side of this hole, which means that he can reach it all right, but he's got to make it bend a little bit on the slice side.
Still, Bob's good at playing those shots, Pete. He likes to play the fade when he can.
That's bending to the right. He's watching it anxiously. Oh, good shot. That's all right. That's not on the green, but it's pin high and nothing between him and the flag. So he doesn't get 4 there. He won't be playing like a pro should.
Yes, that's a fairly simple chip if there is such a thing under pressure, but it's uphill and not much trouble to clear there.
Now Norman with a few problems here. He really has to make this one bend. Blocked off from the green by that wall of trees. He can't go over it. He's got to go around it on the slice side.
This certainly will be a savage test for Greg.
There's
Because
the
it's
view from the green looking back. He's behind those bushes there. So just imagine it now. From where he is, he's got to give it a big slice. And he's taking plenty of time thinking about it. Scotty, his caddy there, may be advising him, well, you better play it safe, lad. Don't try to get on the green. There's bushes up there. Well, if he's going to win, though, he's got to attack. Not even on the scoreboard yet. Not in the top 10. Now, can he slice it around there? Keep it out of the trees. Seemed like a good hit. No, you see, not enough slice. But all right. Oh dear, now if he'd gone a little further on that line, there's plenty of trouble. And
what a
really,
huge iron shot though, Peter. Look.
He hasn't got a really good chance of a fall from there, but we'll wait and see. Bill Dunk on the 9th green. Birdie putt. Now you watch this come around the slope. Oh, he's got it. Oh, what a putt. Now, Bill, come on, give us a smile. No, yes, there it comes.
So a damn should, he said, at last.
Well, let's watch again. He had plenty of smiles yesterday at the 16th when he took 3 to get out of the trap. Oh, what a beautiful putt. Bill Dunk. Now Bob Shaw. Birdie putt. Now he's putting up the hill, up the step. A little light on there. Plenty of work to do yet too. It's his second putt before Mike Clayton has his first. We're back at the 8th. The approach shot, the 3rd shot from Vaughan Summers. Birdie here if he can put this close. Nice looking pitch. Oh. Oh, look at the spin on that. Well, unlucky that really. That was a non-bounce. I should describe that. Didn't bounce at all. Mike Clayton knows these greens very well, having been a member here for X number of years. Played probably hundreds and hundreds of rounds here. So he knows the slope, knows the speed. Going a little bit downhill there, and turning left. So he aims to the right. And he's done it!
He's hit the front.
7 under par.
What a magnificent outward 9 by Mike Clayton, 33. 5 pars and birdies at the 4th, 6th, 8th and 9th. And he now leads the championship.
Now, this is just when he must not back off. This is when he's got to keep going and keep chasing those birdies. And look at that. That leaderboard was there, I guarantee, 1 second after that putter Clayton's went down.
And just behind at the 8th, Bob Shearer, I'm sure, would have heard that shout. And here he is with the opportunity to get up and down for a birdie and rejoin Clayton in the lead.
Well, that's short, but that's not a difficult putt. Straight uphill. And they gave him a cheer for it. No doubt he'll mark it. Now on the other side of the green, directly opposite, is Greg Norman. Now he has a much more complicated shot because he's got to hit the ball up to the crest there on the edge of the putting green, and it's all downhill and steeply downhill from there. So it looks like he's going to run it or pitch it into the bank and hope that it just pops up and trickles over the top down next to the cup. There it is. Oh, he's done it perfectly. Oh, a little unlucky there. That might have just trickled down stone dead. Well played, Greg Norman.
Yes, that was very well thought out, Peter, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed.
Didn't take the risk. Good percentage shot.
Summers is around about the same spot we saw Trevino, perhaps a little further. So he's coming uphill with a big turn to the right. And big high odds against him holing.
Jerry Anderson.
Second shot at the par 4 ninth.
Doesn't look too happy about that one. He's obviously missed the green. Played very, very solidly up till now. Now this putt of Vaughan Summers, look at that bend. Still, we'd forecast it. Vaughan knew it was there too. It was a case of just how much on those long putts. But no harm done. He's left himself a little simple, straight up the hill, half a metre putt for par. But would be just a touch disappointed because these other two boys are well in place to take birdies. Bob Shearer will have first try. Uphill with a little bit of left to right, a couple of metres. Pressure certainly is mounting now. And the old Bush Telegraph spreads pretty quickly in these days. Everybody seems to know exactly what everybody else is doing. Must just keep into your own little tunnel of concentration and keep working on the next shot, and that's obviously what Bob's doing. Critical birdie putt. Bob Shearer at the 8th. Seemed to hit something there. Bob can't believe that. He hit a good putt, he thought. Well, that leaves Clayton's outright leader.
Tenth tee. Leader Mike Clayton. Oh, another good one. That's satisfactory there. Young man giving a lesson to some of these more experienced players. Greg Norman for one. Struggling a little, 1 under par. Trailing by 6. Now this is a birdie putt and downhill. Downhill putts are by far the most worrying. Gives it too much, it'll go off the same distance past. Well done.
Jerry Anderson, third shot at the 9th. This could be his chance of winning the championship going out the door.
Looks awfully like it now, Graham. Very best he can do is 5 from there.
Par putt for Vaughan Summers. Probably signs of nervousness there. I think that was with relief. He saw that one go in. No? Something bothers him.
He makes his par 5 and walks across to the 9th tee. The last group with Bob Shearer and Greg Norman.
Yeah, poor old Vaughan looks a little bit despondent there, doesn't he?
Well, he's tied for 4th at 3 under par. He's got no reason to be. Mike Clayton, with 9 holes to play, now leads the championship here at Metropolitan by 1 stroke from Bob Shearer. Jerry Anderson, who's letting it all go. The 9th is still 3rd at 4 under. Stanley and Summers at 3 under. McDonald, Marsh, Trevino and Norman 2 under. And Gary Merrick even par. Third shot for Ian Stanley at the 9th hole.
Oh, very good.
Oh, and what a par saver that'll be. Oh, yes, out of jail there, Ian. Good stuff. And Lee Trevino. On all his shots, Lee Trevino sets considerably away to the left-hand side. He aims down the left and pushes the ball down the line with his wrist blocked and sets a bit of fade. But many times he seems to hit the ball down his stance line, Peter, doesn't he, and hits it straight left, as is witness this shot here.
Must be Anderson shot first, though.
Yes, he's quite a way away.
And he's already played 3 at this par 4.
And he said to Lee, well, you have a shot while I sort out mine. So Trevino getting on with the job. I think Lee's a little bit of a pain now, I think. Oh, good golf shot, because that was a lot more awkward than it looked. A very sharp bank there coming down that green.
And that's the tee shot of Greg Norman through the dog leg. Not the best of spots, but on the other hand, no real worry there. Now, Trevino played out of turn there.
Yeah, well, Anderson asked him if he would, because he was still fiddling, sizing up his shot. He said, if you want to go ahead, Lee, do. And what a complicated shot this is going to be. Well, we can virtually say his par's gone, yet he's got 1 shot left for it. That'll be quite a major miracle to make par. So we consider that as gone, but he must see if he can hang in there pretty tight and drop only 1 shot. That'll leave him at 3 under and 4 shots off the pace. So with this very tough back 9 coming, it's pretty hard to say Anderson still has a chance. But nonetheless, here he is. He's got his sand on in hand. Well, I reckon what he had was probably his wedge, not his sand. He probably tried to bump it into that mound alongside the greens. The ball came off quite low. It's difficult to say what he's trying to do. And there's the shot that we saw through that walkway in the bunker. He probably was trying to play some sort of pitch and run, and he couldn't quite come to grips with what club to use. And the shot wasn't too good anyhow, but he's steering right at a 6 now. That's certainly no easy putt that he has there. Just checking everybody's ball markers, Lee Trevino's and Ian Stanley, so he doesn't tread in their line. 26-year-old Jerry Anderson from Toronto. Started the day at 4 under, has had all straight pars until this hole. His par's gone now. This is his 5th shot. Well, it was a very slick putt, quite an awkward one down that fairly sharp slope at the back. So Jerry Anderson unfortunately takes a double bogey 6 if he holds this, of course. And that takes him back to 2 under for the championship. What a disappointment. Trevino's had a very indifferent day, starting with a double bogey 6 at the first. Dropped another shot further along the way. He's gone from 5 to 2.
Tee shot from Bob Shearer on this 9th hole. Nice bend around the corner. Oh, that's a beauty. That's gained some yardage.
Now Trevino's par putt. At last he's got one. That's better.
Now the 10th hole. That's Michael Clayton, 2nd shot. Oh, again right on target, but a little too far. Oh, no, that's bad luck there. It got quite a bounce on the green and into that difficult spot. But
Ian Stanley for par at the 9th. Well done. Still 3 under for the championship. Ian Stanley at the turn.
Out in 37, par figures, and 4 from the lead.
Ninth fairway. There are 3 here waiting for the green to clear of people and caddies and gallery controllers. That movement beyond is the 10th hole. And time for a pause.
Clayton, 7 under par, leading Shearer, who's 6 under by 1, and now they've moved clear of the field. Summers and Stanley are 3 under. 2 under Anderson, Marsh, McDonald, Trevino, and Greg Norman is back to 2 under par, but that's 5 strokes from the championship leader Mike Clayton, who is playing the 10th hole in his final round of this 1982 Victorian Open Championship.
Well, Norman will be the first of the second shots here. He went straight through the dogleg fairway, so he's in the rough, but the rough is not anything to worry about. But this is a long shot into the wind, and this green is very small target from there. Big step on this green for the putting, and the flag is right up at the back. It's headed straight at it. Oh, good shot. Come on, up the step. Well, it didn't go back a little bit. Well, he knows that was really difficult shot, and he pulled it off. Now Vaughan Summers. And that looks to be a 4-iron. Same to you.
Yes. He's in good humour, Pete.
Yes. And nice controlled swing. Oh, too much. Whoops. Oh dear. Well, it's a pity when they really attack like that and go too far, but there it is, attacking that flag, and there's really no need for that. Centre of the green is as good as anywhere. Never very far from the centre of the green to the flag, no matter where they put it. Brian, is it?
That's right, Peter. I'd love to walk up and put every eye shot of mine in the centre of the green.
Bob Shearer, second place, chasing Mike Clayton. Well, the fly's got him, so he backs off, comes in again. Now he's a lot nearer the green than the other two were. No more than, looks like a 9-iron there, or perhaps an 8. A little bit edgy. It's Bob, isn't he?
Oh yes, and that's probably good, Peter. Keeps him G'd up.
Well, he's not the leader, so he's got nothing to... oh dear. He really is in doubt, and... Come on now, make up your mind.
Sound like John McCallum, one of the Apex men, with his final group shouting out there to keep the gallery still round the green.
Well, that's not what Bob Shearer is worried about. He's worried about the length of this shot and the wind.
Yes, having seen Vaughan Summers skittle over the back of the green, he'd be a little concerned about it, of course, Pete.
Now, where is he? There he is. Well, he's just on the front, and long putt from there. That's not very brilliant shot. But this is Michael Clayton from behind the 10th green. Oh, another good one. Come on, stop. That's good.
Now Ian Stanley's tee shot at 10. This huge dog leg left. One of the toughest holes in the course, the 10th. The tee shot is playing downwind. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go too far there. 427 metres this hole is. So you can see almost a right angle dog leg turning away to the right as you look at your screen, to the player's left. He's playing with Lee Trevino and Jerry Anderson. Lee Trevino. Looks like the little metal 3-wood of his again. It's with his tailwind. He's punched it straight at the left-hand side. Depends on this line now. How tight is that? I think that's too tight. Yes, that's a certainty. So in taking the gamble, there's no real gamble to take here because there's no corner to cut.
So there we have Mike Clayton with a par-saving putt confronting him at the 10th, leading Bob Shearer by 1 stroke. And it does appear as if Graham Marsh has just picked up a birdie at the 11th to join Stanley and Summers at 3 under. Anderson, McDonald, Trevino and Norman 2 under par. With this putt, Michael Clayton will save his par at the 10th and remain leader in this Victorian Open Championship.
All these putts from here on will be important, but this is the one, this is the length that can really upset you if you lose confidence at these. He's got another one.
He's playing like a winner.
And more than got it. It went smack in the middle, Pete. Still, no one would know these greens better than young Michael, and he'd be feeling absolutely at home. Nice feeling, Peter, to stand up in greens you know well and just exactly know the line and just have to put the stroke on it. Tremendous golf, Clayton. That's Ian Stanley, having paced all the way up to his marker. As we said a little while ago, there's no corner to cut. Well, it's a right-angle dogleg, of course, but the trees are so huge on the left. To skim those trees on the left, as Trevino tried, is ultra-dangerous. You've just got to pop it down the middle and just accept the fact you've got yourself a middle iron for your second shot. So why he took the gamble there, I don't know. Maybe feeling a little bit desperate, a bit cross with himself, because he's certainly out of contention now, a long way off the pace, at least 5 shots behind the lead. But this is Ian Stanley. Ian Stanley, at the moment, 3 under in equal second position, equal third position. He's gone way out in the right-hand side of his dog leg, got his little forward for his second shot. Well, he's hit it pretty good, but is it too far left? Looks like it. Didn't see the ball, but our cameraman's got pretty good eyes. Yes, it is. We've heard that it certainly is in the bushes on the left, so he's hooked that pretty badly in. Probably pressing for a bit of extra distance out of that tight lie. Jerry Anderson after a perfect tee shot. Wouldn't be much more than about a 6-iron for Jerry Anderson from there. And look how much faster this green is than yesterday. The balls are lobbing and just stopping immediately. Still a very good result.
Now on the 9th green, Bob Shearer. Oh, that's a good putt. Oh!
Beautiful,
well,
beautiful.
I was thinking he was really in a 3-putt situation down there, but that is a very good effort. Now, that's what happened a moment ago. This is Vaughan Summers now, attempting to putt up that rather shaggy bank. And that's what happens when you don't hit it hard enough. Greg Norman. This is a birdie putt. Just want somebody to move a little out of his line beyond the cup. Of course, nobody's in line on the way to the cup. Perhaps it was the caddy of Vaughan Summers. Well, now, this man is not out of it yet. We just saw a young man finish the second 9 holes in 30, Ian Baker Finch. So if it's possible, Well, there's another Queenslander here could do it and still win. Well, that wasn't a very attacking bowl stroke. Won't do it if he putts like that.
Well, somewhere back in there is Ian Stanley, after hooking his second shot badly. What a hell of a recovery shot this could be to get on the green. Well, he's doing pretty good at this stage. Come on. Oh, yes, well out, Ian.
Well, Summers in plenty of bother here because he lies there in 3. And putting downhill, he knows this is a dangerous putt. If he goes at it too over strong, he may take a couple more to get in after that. Summers standing 3 under. Yeah, just a slow dribble down the hill and not enough. Yep.
Now this is Trevino's 3rd shot. He had to pitch out sideways in the bushes at the 10th. Oh, that's a brilliant iron shot. Yes, he's played some great shots this championship.
5th shot to Vaughan Summers. And that's it. Stroke dropped par, so he will go backwards to 2 under. John Anderson, McDonald and Trevino. This is a par putt. Chance of birdie wasn't all that good. Greg Norman. Okay, that's a 4.
And he also is 2 under par, out in 38.
Shearer, who his ball touched the hole for 3 from 18 metres off. Left with this little one for 4. Six under par is Shearer, trailing by 1. Now we'll jump the next hole, the 10th, and we'll go to the 11th to watch the fortunes of our leader, Mike Clayton. At first it's Bob Shaw. That's for 2. Oh, look at it wander off. Perfect length, but a little bend there and away it went. Now, where's Bill Dunk's ball? There, he knows it. He won't stand on his line. 3 for Shaw. Now, where's Clayton's ball? Well, it's just on that back edge. Pretty near where the flag was yesterday. Long putt then. Flat green this. No steps or slopes on it. There it is. Well, that's 10 paces. Doesn't need the flag in the cup. Tension must be mounting now for this young man, leading the championship here on his home course. Hundreds and hundreds of people wishing him well. Well, not a bad putt for a leader. That's just about dead enough to give him in the match. And of course he must hold it here. He'll wait though. He's by no means anxious to get on with it, a la Trevino. He'll wait. Nerves must be good. And on the 10th tee, Bob Shearer. No, don't go too far. There's a big lake there waiting. Oops, oh, well, he's just another 8 or 10 meters there. He'd have been in the water. There's the view. You see this drive is out through that chute. It was right here last year. There was a nasty accident when somebody was struck by the ball right on the end of the tee there on the left. This year the rope though is back further, so shouldn't be any worry about that. Vaughan Summers. It's a good long straight drive here. Whole dog legs around to the left. Beautiful swing that. Full marks. Greg Norman has already played. That's the final 3-ball. Shearer, Summers and Norman. And that's Norman's ball there. Well, Michael Clayton held that putt on the 11th. So off to the 12th tee for that group. Lovely big trees surrounding most parts of this course. And a very welcome spot here under the shade of the trees on this very, very hot day here this afternoon in Melbourne. A few minutes ago we were told it was 37 and rising. Looking very cool is our leader. Bob, just move aside a little bit there. Now, this is the driver again. Well, there's no sign of any playing safe.
Down.
Down, he said. Well, it is down. Well, that's the rough, but it's certainly not in the sand. I think that's what he was worried about. No reason why he shouldn't get on the green from there and get it close. We'll watch Shearer and Summers and Norman on the 10th. That was the sound of Bob Shaw.
Carry board with final group out, showing us that Bob Shearer is 6 under, Vaughan Summers and Greg Norman 2 under par. Disaster for Ian Stanley at the 10th, where he took a double bogey 6 to slip back to be 1 under. So Clayton 7 under, Shearer 6 under. Graham Marsh is now 3rd at 3 under. McDonald, Trevino, Anderson, Summers and Norman 2 under. Stanley 1 under, and Paul Foley crept up the board today with a magnificent 67 to be in the clubhouse at even par. And as Peter mentioned a short time ago, Ian Baker Finch had a round today of 70, which was 40 on the front 9 and 30 on the back 9.
Well, Bob Shearer seems to have donned a new style hat there.
Yes, he alternates. Sometimes his caddy wears it, sometimes he wears it, Pete. But while the sun's out now, he's got that sombrero on. Or looks tremendous, and it's very sensible too.
Came from the caddy's head. You're right. Plenty of large-sized clouds about.
Now you can see the best rounds today. Paul Foley 67, Roger Stevens 69, Mike Harwood 70, Peter Senior 70, Ian Baker Finch 70. and par rounds Frank Nobilo, Peter Sweeney and David Good.
Oh, good to see little Roger doing well too. And Bob Shearer with a very long second shot here. He sliced his drive with his dogleg left. It'll be anywhere between a fairway wood to a long iron. Yes, looks about a 3-iron, I think. Maybe no. Well, that's probably the 2 he put back, and this could be the 3 he's taken out. It's a cross breeze as Bob plays this shot. And the breeze has freshened considerably now. It's picked up again. Still looking quite cloudy and a little bit thundery. Bob Shearer, second shot at the 10th. Ball sitting beautifully though. Whoops. Yes, and that's sand trap on the left. Well, the ball was higher than his feet, and that was the tendency for it to happen. Tend to make the swing a little bit flat and pull the ball away to the left, and that caught Bob Shearer then. He'll work a little bit harder than he wanted to now for his par. Now the stats for the 10th hole. No eagles, of course. 4 birdies today, 33 pars, 26 bogeys and 7 double bogeys. Vaughan Summers, his second shot. 5-iron for Vaughan. Oops. Well, there must be some attraction there. Perhaps it's the side wind that's blowing away to the right that encourages them to set a bit to the left or hold it left, but we've seen a lot of shots go on the left-hand side this time. You'd expect it to be the opposite. And it also could be the tension and pressure showing too. Just a little bit of a twitch, a little bit of a smack at the bottom of that right hand, and away you go. And Greg Norman's hit an absolutely perfect drive. And this is the type of hole that would suit Greg with his curving the ball left, that right to left draw that he plays with. And really excites the galleries, this fellow. They love to call him the go, go, go. But this is the shot that's really important now for Greg Norman. Nice little 7-iron shot for Greg Norman at the 10th. Super shot. You heard him say, hit it wind, hit it wind. He wanted the wind to blow it back towards the flag. Great golf shot. He probably is one of the few fellows that would be capable, I would think, of getting this back 9 in a very, very low score. Capable of absolutely brilliant golf, Greg Norman. There's that damp towel and good thinking too. A good slow-mo of Greg Norman's swing. Every time he turns his shoulder against his hips, his legs and hips barely move. Built up a lot of tension there. Look at that hip slide into the ball. Bang. Very strong arm and shoulder drive through. Full balance on the left leg. Lovely strong golf swing. Greg Norman.
12th hole. Second shot for Mike Clayton. This is what happened. Again, right on target.
And just up ahead, Graham Marsh. And who knows who's next, because National Mutual Permanent Building Society put up another $20,000. And Graham Marsh is outright third in this championship, 3 under par.
They're gluttons for punishment, Graham, aren't they?
I wish I could qualify.
Yes. Oh, good shot, Graham Marsh, in the heart of the green. Now Vaughan Summers and Bob Shearer both hooked their shots. Got plenty of room to play with here. There's plenty of green. It's a case of how good is the ball lying to be able to get it up close to the green. Well, Vaughan Summers is just moving that bunker rake. He's entitled to do that. There's no penalty involved in that. And that is a tremendous hat, isn't it?
Quite practical today, though, Brian, because you saw Big Norman put that damp towel over his neck and shoulders and top of his head.
It looks a bit like a Barry McKenzie special. But nonetheless, it's Bob's sun hat, and that's, as Graham said, extremely sensible in this very, very hot weather here in Melbourne. It looks like, yes, there's Vaughan Summers' shot first. Vaughan's getting ready to play. His third. Straightaway bunker shot. Need a pretty big swing to throw it right out to the flag. Well, a very poorly played shot from Vaughan. It may have buried. I doubt it, though. He didn't appear watching the lie, and he was pretty cross with that. I think he simply miscued the thing. It looked to be a half-hearted sort of shot, Peter, didn't it?
Yes. Still, it's a long trap shot, Brian. It's
as I said, they need quite a long swing, Peter. Yeah. Now Bob Shearer, second in the championship, one shot off the pace. One behind Mike Clayton. Must get down in 2 to save par. Looks better. Is better. Good shot. Good shot. Couple of metres. Well, he obviously expected to have a little bit more backspin than that, but we've seen all these shots that come in this green has firmed up considerably. It had been holding very well. Just a little bit firmer. Looks a bit like the Ku Klux Klan, Pete, doesn't he? Tee, Lee Trevino. That metal 3-wood of his again. Oh yes, just skimming that trap down the left-hand side, and that's a very, very good tee shot. He's used that quite a lot throughout this championship. Well, now Vaughan Summers after that very indifferent bunker shot. That'll be at least 8 or 9 metres he's got here. Vaughan can feel the slipping. Started the day at 4. Back to 2 already. Must get this to hang on. Yes, the line was there, Vaughan. Obviously, you know it now. Not enough hit. Not enough hit. Well, thinks he'll be treading in Greg Norman's line, so he's elected to spot and wait. Greg Norman. This could take him to 3 under as he started the day. Bring him back to level par for today's play. If he does pop it in, he'll be 4 behind the lead. It looked as though he gave it a good hit too. The green must be just a shade slower than they think it is. A little despondent. He knew that could be the beginning of a good run for the back 9. Beautifully played 4, but that's not good enough for Greg.
Now that's Clayton's birdie putt at the 12th, but one of those that got away. Well, he's disappointed too, but he's not to know what's happening on the 10th hole.
Oh, look at it. And look at the size of that golf ball too.
Did you start that, young Peter? That's not Greg Chappell somewhere there, is it?
No, poor Greg. No, he did pretty well over in New Zealand, Pete.
No, but this is of interest to Mike Clayton.
Well, Bob was very, very cross about that. Obviously, a few little spike marks in the line there that he's not entitled to press down before he putts. He certainly pressed them down afterwards. Now, something's put him off again. Now, come on, Bob. Hang on. Hang on tight. A lot of holes to go yet. Bob Shearer for bogey at the 10th.
So that gives Mike Clayton a 2-stroke lead. Clayton has just 6 holes to play.
Vaughan Summers for his bogey.
Graham Marsh, birdie putt. Still in the hunt. 2, he's in 3rd place, 3 under. This would make it 4. If it's enough. Well, some of these greens must be faster than others.
Yes, they must look faster than they are, Peter.
Yes, I would guess so. Peter Headland with Marsh. Between them, they're arranging where Headland would like Marsh's marker. Oh, they're almost on the same spot.
And there's the leaders board beside the 18th green, which has Mike Clayton 2 strokes in front of Bob Shearer, 2 strokes back to Graham Marsh, Trevino, Anderson and Norman at 2 under, MacDonald and Summers at 1 under, as is Ian Stanley, but not enough room to fit him on the board. Just 8 names there. And the leaders board, this final round of the Victorian Open Championship, and you're watching it on ABC Sport. And it's 40 degrees, we believe, at the course, in the shade, where Greg Norman is playing his tee shot here at the 11th, par 3 of 155 metres.